All right, so get this. Today we're diving into a book that could actually, like, change your life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
And no, it's not all about money.
Right.
Though, that's definitely part of it.
Sure.
But what's really cool is that this isn't just like some random self-help book, right?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, this book comes from, get this, a 20-year research project.
Wow.
Where Hill interviewed, like, over 500 of the most successful people of his time.
Seriously. So, like, who are we talking?
Oh, we're talking titans of industry, inventors. We're even talking presidents.
No way.
Yeah. So, Henry Ford.
Okay.
Thomas Edison.
Get out.
Even Alexander Graham Bell.
Shut the front door.
I know, right?
That's amazing.
It's crazy. And the whole thing was commissioned by Andrew Carnegie.
Carnegie.
Yeah, the steel magnate. He believed there was a formula for success.
A formula.
And he tasked Hill with, decoding it.
Okay, so there's a secret formula for success. Now I'm really interested. So what exactly did Hill, find in all that research?
Well, one of the big things Hill talks about is this idea of burning desire.
A burning desire.
Right. So he says it's not enough to just, want something. You need to have this, all-consuming passion for it.
I see.
It has to be this, driving force that pushes you forward.
Right, that makes sense. You need that fire in your belly to, actually do something amazing.
Yeah.
There's a story in the book, right, about a guy with, this intense desire to work with Thomas Edison.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so there's this guy, Edwin C. Barnes.
Okay.
And Barnes, he had this burning desire to work with Edison. But here's the thing. He had no connections, no money.
Oh, wow.
And he literally, traveled by freight train just to get to Edison's lab.
No way. That's some serious dedication.
Yep.
But, okay, just having, even a really strong desire, that's not enough, is it?
Right.
I could really want to be a world-class chef. But that doesn't mean I magically have the skills.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so that's where another super important principle comes in faith.
Faith.
Yeah, Hill describes it as the eternal elixir that, it gives life and power to our desires. And he doesn't just mean religious faith.
Oh, okay.
It's more like this deep-seated belief in yourself and your ability to achieve whatever you set out to do.
Okay, so believing in the possibility even when it seems impossible.
Exactly.
Is there a good example of this in the book?
Yeah, there's this cute story about a little girl who desperately wanted 50 cents.
50 cents.
Yeah, and she had this unwavering faith that her uncle would give it to her.
Okay.
And through sheer persistence and belief, she convinced him.
Wow. Okay, so we've got this burning desire, we've got unwavering faith. So what else is in this secret formula for success?
So another key thing Hill highlights is what he calls the mastermind principle.
The mastermind.
Yeah, so he defines it as coordinating knowledge and effort between two or more people.
All right.
To achieve a specific goal.
So the power of collaboration, surrounding yourself with people who can support you and challenge you.
Exactly. Hill believed that collaboration, it amplifies your abilities, brings out new ideas, and it gives you really valuable feedback. He's got tons of examples of this, from Henry Ford working with Thomas Edison and Harvey Firestone,
okay,
to, just countless other people who used collaboration to be successful.
Right. It's two heads are better than one, but on a much bigger scale.
Exactly.
So burning desire, unwavering faith, a mastermind group. Sounds like we're building a success toolkit.
We are.
That's cool.
And there's more. Hill doesn't stop there. He also talks about specialized knowledge.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's saying it's not enough to be a jack of all trades.
Right.
We need to be masters of something specific if we want to really succeed.
But isn't it important to be adaptable and open to new ideas? I mean, the world's constantly changing, and specialized knowledge can get outdated pretty quickly.
Oh, you're totally right. And that's where Hill brings in another amazing element, imagination.
Imagination.
Yeah, he believed that imagination is what combines specialized knowledge with fresh ideas.
Okay.
And that leads to innovation and creative solutions.
So it's not about limiting yourself to what you already know, but using your imagination to expand on that knowledge and find new ways to use it.
Exactly. And Hill has some really cool examples of this. There's this story about a guy who buys an old kettle from a doctor along with a secret formula for turning iron into gold.
Wait, hold on. Did he actually find a way to turn iron into gold?
Well, it's more of an analogy, right? It's about how imagination can take, like, seemingly ordinary knowledge and turn it into something amazing. He's saying that a lot of us have valuable knowledge or skills, but we don't use them fully because we lack the imagination to see their real worth.
Okay, I see. So it's about looking at what we know with fresh eyes, imagining like new possibilities. So we've got burning desire, unwavering faith, the mastermind, specialized knowledge combined with imagination. Anything else we need to know before we set off on this journey to success?
Well, Hill also talks about the challenges we face, especially the 6 basic fears that hold us back.
What are those?
Fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of ill health, fear of loss of love, fear of old age, and even fear of death.
Wow. It's no wonder people struggle to achieve their goals with all that weighing on their minds.
Yeah, but Hill's point is that these fears, while they're universal, they don't have to control us.
Yeah.
He gives us a framework for understanding and overcoming these fears. He says that by facing them head on, we can break free and move forward.
So it's not about pretending they don't exist, but learning how to manage them so they don't control our decisions.
Exactly. And one of the most powerful strategies he suggests is this principle of autosuggestion.
Autosuggestion.
Yeah, have you heard of that?
Isn't that like self-hypnosis or something?
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
You're consciously replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations.
Okay.
So you're basically reprogramming your mind. Hill believed this was super powerful for building confidence and overcoming those self-limiting beliefs that hold us back.
So not ignoring reality, but choosing to focus on beliefs that move us forward.
Exactly. It's about shaping our inner dialogue to match what we want to achieve. Hill believed our thoughts have a huge influence on our actions and ultimately our reality.
Wow, this is starting to feel like a roadmap to a more fulfilling life.
That's exactly what Hill intended.
Awesome.
Think and Grow Rich isn't just about making money. It's about reaching your full potential in every part of your life. And believe it or not, we've only just scratched the surface.
Wait, there's more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hooked. This deep dive is already changing the way I think.
I love that. We still need to explore Hill's ideas about the 6th sense, the importance of persistence, and his 13 steps to riches.
Okay, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's just take a second to process everything we've learned so far.
Sure. So we've looked at the power of burning desire, unwavering faith, the mastermind principle, specialized knowledge with imagination, and overcoming our fears with autosuggestion. It's a lot.
It is. But I have a feeling that this deep dive into Think and Grow Rich is just getting started.
Oh, yeah. So welcome back to our deep dive into Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich.
Yes.
Before we jump into the next part, let's just do a quick recap of where we are.
Yes, please. We've covered so much,
Right.
from burning desire and faith to specialized knowledge and imagination and overcoming fear. It's a lot.
It is, but it's so exciting to think about taking control of our destinies.
Yeah.
And, remember how we talked about the 6th sense?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that really got me thinking. It sounds almost mystical.
Right.
Did Hill actually believe in supernatural abilities?
Well, he describes the 6th sense as the source of inspiration and guidance. It's like tapping into a higher level of awareness. But he doesn't present it as magic or something only special people have.
Okay.
Instead, he gives us a practical way to develop this intuitive sense.
Okay, I'm all ears. How do we unlock this 6th sense? Is there some secret meditation technique or something?
Well, Hill believed we all have the potential, right?
Right.
And he actually shared his own method, which he called the invisible cabinet.
Invisible cabinet. That sounds kind of cool.
It is. So basically, he created this imaginary council of advisors.
Advisors.
Yeah, made up of people he admired,
Okay.
historical figures, mentors, anyone who, embodied the qualities he wanted to cultivate.
Oh, I see. So, who would be in his cabinet?
Well, you could think of people like Abraham Lincoln,
Okay.
Thomas Edison, even Napoleon Bonaparte.
Wow. That's quite a group.
So
he'd have these imaginary conversations with them in his head. That's a unique approach.
It is. And he believed that, by doing this, by engaging in these mental dialogues,
Right.
he could access their wisdom, get insights, even guidance for his own life.
So it's like mentally rehearsing conversations with people you admire.
Yeah, kind of like that. And he said this helped him develop his intuition and make better decisions.
Okay, I could see how that could help you see things from different perspectives.
Yeah.
And maybe spark new ideas.
Exactly.
But did it actually work? did Hill offer any proof?
Well, he claimed that his entire philosophy, like even this book we're talking about, was a result of the insights he got from his invisible cabinet.
Wow. So he basically attributed his success to this mental practice. That's kind of wild. Makes you wonder about the power of our own minds.
It does, doesn't it? And he believed anyone could do it. Anyone could create their own invisible cabinet and, tap into this source of wisdom.
Wow, you definitely got me thinking about trying this invisible cabinet thing.
I'm glad to hear it.
But, okay, so we've talked about desire, faith, the mastermind, specialized knowledge, imagination, overcoming fear, now the sixth sense. Is there anything else we need to add to this success toolkit of ours?
Yes, there is. Hill really emphasizes persistence.
Persistence?
He dedicates a whole chapter to it. He's saying it's the sustained effort, like what you need to bring your desires to reality. It's about staying the course even when things get tough.
Right, persistence. Like Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
Big achievements don't just happen. But how do you cultivate that kind of unwavering persistence? We all have doubts and get discouraged.
Well, Hill actually breaks down persistence into 8 key factors.
8. Okay, what are they?
Definiteness of purpose,
Okay.
desire, self-reliance, definiteness of plans, accurate knowledge, cooperation, willpower, and habit.
Okay, that sounds like a really solid framework.
It is. So it's not just about pushing forward blindly, but having a clear plan, believing in yourself, getting support, and developing the mental strength to overcome challenges.
That makes sense. Are there examples in the book of people who, really embody this persistence?
Oh, yeah, tons. He talks about Fannie Hurst, the famous author who faced so many rejections before she made it big.
Right.
He mentions Kate Smith, the amazing singer, who kept going even when Broadway seemed closed off to her.
It's amazing how they just wouldn't give up on their dreams,
Yeah.
even with all that adversity.
It really is. And Hill doesn't just focus on people from his time. He goes way back, drawing examples from people like King Edward VIII, who gave up his throne for love.
Wow.
And even Muhammad, who faced, ridicule and banishment before spreading his message.
So, persistence is this timeless principle that's always been essential for achieving great things.
Exactly. And it's not just about external achievements either.
Right.
Persistence is huge for our personal growth, too.
Yeah.
Overcoming our limitations, building character, becoming resilient, and reaching our full potential.
This deep dive is honestly making me rethink my whole approach to life.
That's fantastic.
It's really inspiring.
I'm glad to hear that. And the best part is, we're not done yet. Hill has even more insights in the rest of Think and Grow Rich, including a detailed breakdown of his 13 steps to riches.
13 steps to riches. Now you're talking.
I know, right?
But before we jump into that, let's just do a quick recap of everything we've covered so far.
Sure. So we've talked about burning desire, unwavering faith, the mastermind principle, specialized knowledge combined with imagination, the importance of overcoming fear through autosuggestion, the concept of the sixth sense, and the unwavering persistence we need to reach our goals.
Wow, we have covered a lot.
We have.
It's clear that Think and Grow Rich gives us a blueprint for success that can be applied to any part of our lives.
Absolutely. And in part 3, we'll continue exploring Hill's philosophy and dive into those practical steps he lays out for turning our desires into reality.
All right, so let's unlock these 13 steps to riches.
Okay.
After exploring all these amazing principles in Think and Grow Rich, I'm ready to see how they all fit together to actually achieve success.
Well, get ready, because Hill's 13 steps are a systematic way to harness the power of our minds and turn our desires into, actual results. And it all starts with something we've already talked about, desire.
Right, burning desire.
Yeah.
That passion that fuels everything. So step 1 is about figuring out what we really want, what really lights us up.
Exactly. Hill says this desire needs to be clear, definite, and deep down in our hearts. It can't be just a fleeting thought or wishy-washy thing. It's got to be something that consumes us, that drives us.
So we need to be crystal clear about our goals, our why. But how do we go from just wanting something to actually getting it?
That's where step 2 comes in faith. Hill says that unwavering faith is what turns desire into reality. It's that unshakable belief in ourselves and our ability to achieve what we want, even when things get tough.
It's interesting how he puts these two things together, desire and faith, as the foundation for everything. It's without belief, even the strongest desire will just fade away.
Exactly. He believed that faith is like a bridge between wanting something and actually taking action. It's what empowers us to take those first steps,
Yeah.
and keep going even when things are uncertain.
Okay, so we've got desire, we've got faith, but how do we actually put those into action? What's the next step?
Step 3 brings us back to autosuggestion.
Oh, right, autosuggestion.
This is where we consciously program our minds with positive affirmations. So we're replacing negative thoughts with empowering ones.
Right, like we talked about before. It's about choosing to focus on thoughts that support our goals. But how does this work, practically speaking? Is it really just repeating affirmations to ourselves?
It's a little more than that. Hill says autosuggestion works best when we combine it with visualization and emotionalization. So we create vivid mental images of ourselves achieving our goals, and we fill those images with positive emotions. This helps to really imprint those desired outcomes on our subconscious minds, making them more likely to become reality.
So it's like we're creating a mental blueprint for success, making it so real in our minds that it starts to shape our actions and even attract the right people and resources.
Exactly. It's a powerful technique that can change how we see ourselves and open us up to new possibilities. And the best part is we can practice it anywhere, anytime.
This is starting to sound like a recipe for making our dreams come true.
Yeah.
But are the other 10 steps as straightforward as these first 3?
Well, some steps are more practical, like organized planning, which is all about creating a detailed roadmap, breaking down our goals into smaller steps. Then there's specialized knowledge, which we talked about, acquiring the skills we need to succeed.
And we can't forget persistence, that unwavering determination to overcome challenges. It's about having that grit to keep going when things get tough.
Absolutely. Persistence is key. Without it, even the best ideas and plans won't work. Hill also emphasizes things like decision-making, being able to make quick choices and avoid procrastination. And, of course, the mastermind, surrounding ourselves with supportive people who inspire us.
And then there's the 6th sense, that intuition we can develop through practices like the invisible cabinet. It's amazing how he brings all these different things together, from practical planning to intuition, all under these 13 steps.
That's what's so great about Hill's philosophy. It's not a rigid formula. It's about understanding these principles and using them in our own way for our own goals. He gives us a map, but ultimately we chart our own course.
This deep dive into Think and Grow Rich has been incredible.
I agree.
We've explored so many powerful ideas.
We have.
From burning desire and faith to persistence and the mastermind. This book really offers a timeless guide for success in every part of life.
Absolutely. It's a book worth revisiting, because its wisdom is just as relevant today as it was back then.
And that's what we encourage you, our listeners, to do. Get Think and Grow Rich. Really dive into its principles and start your own journey of personal and professional fulfillment.
Remember, the power to achieve anything you want is within you. Hill's philosophy gives you the map, but it's up to you to take that first step. So go out there, dream big, believe in yourself, and never give up on your aspirations.